There was a headline yesterday on Stars. It said, but the way it was written, all it said was widespread panic, 86 and humid. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Welcome to $2 Steak, a pro wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Varnum. Joining me today, we've got everybody here. We have got Big Mike, woo, Cookie,
yeah, boy,
who is not dead.
Nope.
I just want to let you guys know that he's not dead.
We totally thought he was dead.
We thought he was dead last week.
We thought he fell into a ditch and never came back.
We thought he aspirated his own vomit.
Another
and
Vegas
it was
casualty.
Well,
still alive.
I made it
And
home.
finally, Tolbert, the most angry person of our group today.
I'm angry. I'm tired. I'm confused. I have more questions than answers.
You can't
at this point.
For a man who's seen everything,
he
was not
can't
prepared.
cancel lunch.
he was
Can't
not,
cancel lunch.
he was not prepared for last night.
Tolbert, what's wrong? Why are you in the mood you're in?
fucking hippies, man. I wouldn't even say hippies. Not even hippies. I'd take hippies over or Wookiees or Wooks
From
as
the
one
planet
calls them.
Kashyyyk?
Spread heads.
From the
as they're
planet
known.
Kashyyyk?
Yes.
Real
So-
Wookiees?
So, guys, widespread panic has been in town for the past 3 nights.
Okay.
Playing sold out shows. There's one more show tonight. Last night was the peak of the trip, I should say. Saturday
pinnacle,
night.
if
What
you
a
will.
long, strange trip it has been.
So I bartend. Everyone knows I bartend at Cape Fear Wine and Beer. And we are located on North Front Street, one of the first bars you hit when you exit this venue.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anyone's familiar with Widespread out there, but they're like a second generation Grateful Dead almost, with the tribes of people that follow them, and their fans are.
What makes them different from like a band like Fish?
I don't think much makes them different from a band like Fish.
So
I think there's a lot of crossover.
okay.
From what I've seen and heard.
And get ready because
But,
the Trey
all right, so here's the
Anastasio
thing.
band.
There's so many jam bands out there. Every band has their different tribe.
Okay.
Some of them don't like the others. Some
Right.
crossover, but
Right.
everyone's got their thing.
It's like ECW
Yeah.
fans, AEW fans, WWE fans.
Exactly. So the widespread fans, you have a couple different types. You have the straight up Wookiees, as we call them.
Are they
These-
called? Is a Wookiee specifically for widespread panic?
No, it's for jam band fans in general. If you Urban Dictionary it, it's someone that is
I read it yesterday. and it was
doesn't
like,
have a job,
right.
follows a band around, and they sell
Does
their-
ketamine.
Yeah, they sell their wares, you
Yeah.
know, and they just follow them around the whole country.
Like,
Right.
How is ketamine?
well, not even ketamine.
I
How
want to know about ketamine. Though.
How
Like,
do they-
I don't
why
know
is
much about ketamine.
Why is ketamine like a hippie drug?
They like that shit, man.
I'm just so confused about the economy of like band roadies, or what are they called? What are
Yeah.
they called? The people that follow
Groupies.
Groupies. So you sell your wares, right?
Yeah, they sell.
But you are likely selling your wares to the same people that are also following this band around the country.
No. See, all right. So here's the levels.
Yeah.
Here's the levels you got, Mike. You got the Wooks. You got the people that follow them around that are just like into it. They're selling artwork and shit. Like I saw
Like
people.
beads and rocks
Yeah,
and shit.
and they sell them to the
Do they
people
have people
that are
over
coming to
them?
the
Is
show.
this a pyramid scheme?
Maybe it might be.
Is it a pyramid
So,
scheme?
right above that, you have like the fucking. I don't know. It's like next level, which they have
Grand
jobs.
Wizard look?
They're mostly in college, you know, you the tie-dye t-shirts and dreadlocks, you know, you got the younger crowd that's into it, you know, and they're just trying to have a good time.
They have no obligation.
Then you got the older crowd. Most of them were in frats and things like that. And they went to Lollapalooza and, you know, they've been there the whole time and they're big fans. They're hippies. They're tripping balls, but they got money and they've got good jobs and they come to the bars and they spend a lot of money. I'm talking like a lot of money. You know, and they're cool. They're cool. So you got the different levels, but when you mix them all together and shake them up, man, it doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. But
what kind of like this music? I have been familiar with the name Widespread Panic, and I know a lot of people are into it. And there's like this big resurgence of Grateful Dead that I have seen over the last couple months.
So many. If I had $1 for every Grateful Dead crossover or parody shirt, I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one right now.
I could fucking retire.
Yeah, but mine's like it's Boldacano, so
Yeah.
it's a little different.
I saw Carolina Panthers, Grateful Dead crossovers. Dude, you wouldn't believe the shit I saw.
That's fucking terrible.
So, but I go into work yesterday and I'm parking as the people are making their way to this amphitheater.
Is it like a zombie?
It is,
Like,
and there's tie dye and dreadlocks and wagons of people pulling their artwork around.
did you smell patchouli?
Lots of patchouli,
Okay.
lots of ganja. Oh Jesus! You see people.
You would think that this is your
These are
tribe.
No. See, in many tribes partake in the cannabis, but I'm a stoner metal guy.
I know.
You know?
Oh, I know.
There is a
Total
little-
one's death metal kind of
I'm
stuff.
a death metal, stoner metal jam band kind of guy, and there is a little crossover. I will admit, with
Is there?
in the music and stuff. There's a little bit.
I've been seeing it a lot in wrestling too.
Yeah,
Like there's a
but-
Grateful Dead wrestling group that I'm like kind of weird about.
But yeah, we don't get along. We don't mesh well. I might pass a joint to you, but I might just say, no, I'm good, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a no for me, dog. But anyway, the concert starts. Bar's pretty quiet because you've got, I don't know, what, 30,000 people?
Dude, it looked
the
like
amphitheater?
so fucking
Yeah.
many people.
So you're standing around, you're waiting. And at
You
the
know.
end of, you
You
know
know
it's coming, right?
Like, God damn it, when's it gonna happen?
None of the locals are coming out because they know what's going on downtown. It's deserted. So you're waiting around, you stock everything up, and you just get ready and wait. Like, all right. Well, when the show lets out, it's cued by fireworks, right? They
Yeah,
set
so
off
that's-
They have
at the end of
fireworks
the
every
show.
night?
Every night.
I did hear the fireworks last night. I mean, it's like, is that fireworks? I was like, yeah, it's
Yep.
probably the concert.
Yeah. So
Or the gunshots of Tolbert.
good luck,
shooting the
Tolbert.
zombies.
So you're standing there. Let me set the scene. You're standing there. You hear the fireworks,
Mm.
and you just go, "Oh goddamn!" And then when you step out and look down Front Street, you see literally a sea of people coming down the street.
I just love that Tolbert is like setting up Cape Fear like he's like the Union Army in Gettysburg.
It's like,
waiting
hold,
for-
boys.
He's like, all right,
hold.
we got the high
Hold.
ground.
Don't shoot till you see the blacks in their eyes because their pupils are at the sides of their face.
Like he's just ready. He's like, hey, they're coming. They're coming. We gotta be
So
ready.
They come, they invade. They go straight for the jukebox. They play their music and they start ordering. But every single person that comes in is high as balls, not on weed, but on various other substances.
Ketamine.
Yeah, not so much ketamine because they'd be passed out at the bar, but mushrooms,
Lewds.
bits, acid.
What did you say, Cookie?
Lewds.
I don't think
anyone's
Quaaludes
done
are
lewds
still
since, like,
around.
I think you got to find those in like a antique store in a pharmacy
Yeah,
bottle.
Quaaludes, I think, were like banned in the
80s.
90s.
Yeah.
80s or 90s.
So anyone that
Oh,
comes and
wow.
orders a beer, their eyes are huge. They don't know what's going on. They seriously, you have to like hold their hand and
What's
guide
good
them.
here, bro?
Dude, I was just literally handing, here's beers. Take this, get the fucking out of my face, right? I had to kick two guys out. The two guys I had to kick out last night were the oldest ones in the group. First one, this guy comes in and he's got like the Tibetan wrap skirt thing on, right?
the mayor thing.
Oh,
Got
God.
like this weird tie-dyed shirt on, man, and a fedora. And he comes in, he's got a fistful of flowers, right? This
Oh, my
motherfucker walks up to the
God.
bar and asks for a cup of water for his flowers.
No.
Oh, my God.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's the first thing. Can I get a cup of water for these flowers?
Hey, can you get the fuck out?
So we give this guy a beer, man. And as soon as I give him a beer, my doorman, he goes outside. My doorman's like, this guy's done. Like, no more. He's cut off, right? So he's sitting there being weird for a second. Next thing I know, I looked up. This motherfucker has walked behind the bar. He is behind the bar.
Dude, those
And
are fighting words.
Yeah, he's behind the bar.
It's
right?
like in professional wrestling, you don't
don't
go in the ring.
no.
Yeah, you don't.
And once
yeah.
if you get hit,
Oh, it's full. You're allowed to do it.
You're allowed to. I could have
You
chokeholded him out.
Yeah, I was saying, did you swing on this dude?
No, he was like 60. The-
You still should.
You should have gave him a
the
fucking.
crowd would have
super
definitely turned on me if I swung on this guy.
Dude, that would have been crazy.
So my coworker just goes, "Hey, get the fuck out!" Right? So he goes, "Oh, like he has no idea what he has done or where he's at." He exits from behind the bar and sits down. As I'm walking up, he
On the
sits
floor
down.
or in
no,
a chair?
at the bar.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
like,
boy.
why would you think? No, you're out of here. Don't sit down. And he goes to grab a beer that's not his. And as he grabs it, I snatch it out of his hand. He's like, "Whoa, man, chill out, man." And I'm like, "Dude, you got to go." And he quietly exits the premise.
Did he take his flowers?
He did take his flowers. He asked me for a wet paper towel to put around him. I was like, "Get the fuck out." Second guy He was tripping balls. He was probably 60.
What the fuck?
I kept hearing like these pops. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? It was loud as hell. What the fuck is that noise? This guy was sitting at the end of the bar throwing snapping pops at people across the bar.
I mean, that is pretty funny. I will admit it.
Once we figure out what's going on, we're just like, hey, get the fuck out. And he's like, Jesus man, Christ. I'm sorry, man. As I'm mopping and sweeping, I'm stepping on snapping pops and they're popping while I'm trying to clean up the bar.
Just insult to injury at that point.
Yeah. Also, I've got to tell the story before I wrap it up here.
Thank you, Tolbert.
So we've been dealing with this all week. These people have been in town all week, right? Ugh. I have this one girl. She comes in pretty late. We had kicked her out earlier because she was wasted. She comes back later in the evening.
And she sobered up?
Slightly, but she might have taken some other substances, other substances to sober up. Anyway, her boob falls out at the bar.
Was it a nice boob?
And it was okay. So her boob is just out, right? I'm not talking like a nip slip. I'm not talking like full on titty out at the bar, dude. And she's looking at me going, "Why won't you serve me?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." And I'm like, I'm trying not to lose my shit. And I'm just like motioning to her. I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, you can't serve me." But she continues to argue with me why I won't serve her. The whole time her boob is out. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Did you maintain eye contact or did you look at the boob?
Oh, I looked at the boob. It's so alarming. You're like, what the fuck is going on right here? But eventually she readjusted herself and exited the premise.
What the fuck?
Set the stage what's been going on in Wilmington all week.
Has it been like this?
Holy shit.
It's been like this since like Wednesday.
I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it, man.
But yeah. And if you go downtown right now, there's lots of tie-dye, lots of just freaky people.
Freaky people.
Hey, Tolbert, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Dude, I feel sorry for all my service industry and bartender friends this weekend. Hey, guys, hold fast. We got one more night of this shit.
Jesus Christ. And we're going to go from one shit show to another. Cookie, how was Las Vegas?
Aaron, Las Vegas, I think I would describe it as the unkempt belly button of the United States of America.
Yes.
It is disgusting, Aaron. It's a one-time experience. It's much like Myrtle Beach. You go one time and you're good.
I lived in Myrtle Beach for 7 years, Cookie.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, you're a better man than I am, is what I will say, because I don't think I could live in Vegas. The parties were amazing. The party favors are amazing. There is the world's largest weed dispensary there.
Really?
So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's in Vegas. I broke even, so I didn't lose any money. So I'm pretty happy about that.
That's winning.
Yeah, that's winning for me.
Were you using your GoFundMe dollars for that?
I did not use my GoFundMe dollars for that. I used my Robinhood account for that.
What took you to Vegas? Like, what was it? Anything specific, or you were just going? What was the reason you were there?
Oh, we went for a bachelor party.
Bachelor party. Okay. You were dressed to the nines.
Yeah, you look nice.
Thank you. No, we went for that night. We went to go see Lil Jon. We dressed up.
You saw Little John?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we saw Lil Jon.
That's why he didn't wake up last Sunday.
Dude, it was Dude, I was fucked up from like 8 o'clock to like 8 to 8. I think it was like 12 hours. It was ridiculous.
Cookie, how long were you in Vegas?
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah, 4 days of Vegas.
4 days?
That is 48 hours too many.
Yeah.
Vegas is you go in, you do your thing, you get out.
It's a strike mission kind of.
We did our Vegas trip with the rugby team. We won't go into all the nitty-gritty details. 48 hours. At 46 hours, I was looking at our friend and said, I want to go to the airport right now. I've had enough.
I need an IV.
I've had enough. I'm ready to go home. 48 hours is all you need in Las Vegas.
That's exactly how I felt. Literally how I felt.
Oh my God.
I was ready to go after 2 days.
I cannot.
I have a buddy that recently just spent 9 days in Vegas.
9 days?
What do you do for 9 days?
How do you survive?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know, dude. But you spent 9 days.
I mean, you just can't. Your body physically can't do Las Vegas, like strip Vegas, more than 48 hours. Like, I don't know what else you do. It's expensive.
Too much.
it takes years off your life.
Yeah, here it is expensive. Like outside of casinos, it's like $15 drinks and shit like that.
I mean, even in the casinos, it's
oh, dude, you want to know what they're charging for drinks at this amphitheater last night? Big Mike, this is gonna make his blood boil. This might make a shit list.
Oh yeah, $15 a beer or something. Like that?
$15 tall boy PBRs at this new
What
amphitheater.
PBRs?
PBR? $15.
That's Live Nation for you, man.
Live Nation,
they're just
dog.
running that shit. I mean, because they're running.
No wonder why. What's his name drinks Coors Ice? What's that?
what are you talking
Not
about?
Matt Gage.
No, the guy, the bleeder. The
Yeah,
GCW
the
guy.
fucking idiot.
Oh, I saw that tweet. It was
Oh, Nick
fucking
Gage.
hilarious. Of fucking course you drink.
Dude, so what is his name?
It's
He's the famous hardcore wrestler.
He's the
Nick
guy.
Gage.
Nick
Nick
Gage.
Gage.
Nick Gage. I said
Yeah.
Matt Gage.
So he tweeted out that he was like trying to get a sponsorship because like PBR has been like tweeting about him around him or something like that, and he says he's normally a Natty Ice guy. PBR, the actual like company's Twitter handle goes, "Of course you're a Natty Ice
Hey,
guy.
of fucking
course you're a Natty Ice guy." I love a good corporate Twitter.
Oh shit.
Honestly, like some of these companies, I don't know if it's the same company that runs these social
No,
media
it's
accounts,
not.
but like Wendy's has a good one, Arby's has a good one. The Cleveland
Steakums has a great
the
one.
Cleveland Indians have a great Twitter account. Like some of the sports teams have amazing Twitter like accounts. And dude, PBR saying, "Oh, fucking course you drink Natty Ice," is just so electric.
Cookie, do you remember much from Las Vegas?
I remember everything but my first day there. I don't remember my first night there. We took a bunch of party favors and went to an outdoor Tiesto concert.
Yes. All right. So in the same fucking weekend, you went to a Little John concert and a fucking Tiesto set. God damn, Cookie.
Yeah, we went to a Tiesto set on Friday night. It was a pool party. It was fucking nuts, man.
That sounds like two of the things I would least like to
Man, it
do
sounds
in Las
slippery.
Vegas.
Very slippery. Very
Cookie,
slippery.
you can't swim.
Hey,
What if you fell in the pool, Cookie?
I stayed out of the pool. I watched everyone have
Holy
fun.
disgusting.
Can you imagine Cookie just tripping balls, drunk as fuck, wearing floaties on his arms?
Yes, I could.
Just in case.
I could. I'm imagining it right now.
It's like, Cookie, how'd you get the clap? I mean, did you hook up with a prostitute? No, I got in the pool.
I
at
got
the Tiesto concert.
I fucked up. I should have gone in there.
Hepatitis C.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, Mike, you can't top either of these.
No, my life is fucking boring, and we can move on.
Maybe we could score you a ticket to this final widespread set tonight, brother. Hey, come to the bar after you put the kids to bed. And say, Amanda,
you work tonight?
Yeah, come to the bar around 10:30 tonight.
I'm honestly, it might be worth it just to people watch.
I would like for you to take notes. Like if you go take notes. Do you work tomorrow?
I do. I have to look at what time I work tomorrow, but it might be worth it just to fucking see the people.
We're trying to gauge the crowd because last night was definitely the pinnacle of the event. It was fucking crazy.
Well,
Tonight
it's the hardcore people. Like the third night is going to be
for 3 days.
It's going to be the really bad crowd.
So Friday afternoon, Tolbert and I got drinks with some friends, and I bought some beers, and I'm like carrying them back to my car, and it was before the big crowd started, but like I could see people trickling in, and there were some, and somebody was like, "PBR, nice," and I'm like, "Yeah, brother," and I'm like, "These people," because like everybody, I was walking towards the amphitheater to where my car was parked, and like there was already crowds like making their way towards the thing.
You've got another titty story?
I know. I saw a motherfucker on 2 cell phones at one time last night sitting at the bar. My coworker nudges me. She goes, "Is that motherfucker on 2 cell phones?" This guy was on 2 cell phones, tripping his ass off, talking on 2 cell phones at one time.
Talking because he didn't know how to make a 3-way call.
I don't know, man.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
And everyone's just like, "Thank you for being here, man." Like, we appreciate you.
Did they at least tip well, Tolbert?
Yes, they
There
did.
you go.
You made some money to pay
'cause
for
half
the
of them
child.
don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Hey, can I tell you a good name, Tolbert, that is both you can use for guys or girls?
We've been debating names. Yes,
Dory.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Dory Tolbert.
Dory.
Speaking of Dory,
Good set.
Tell the people, man.
boys, this week I did not know I was getting a package in the mail from UPS. I open it up and it is a beautiful package from Lehigh Valley Apparel Creations, the LVAC, one of the top professional wrestling screen printing places in all of America. We got our shirts in, boys.
They're beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous shirts on a beautiful mod shirt. It has got the one, the only Japanese sex god, the man, the myth. What did you say?
No, the man, the legend, Zero Myth, because he's legit.
Okay,
Yeah,
Zero Myth.
Zero myth. Zero myth. There is no myth. This man was the sex god of Japan through the 80s.
Absolutely gorgeous T-shirts. Cookie, I'd give you one, but you're not here. I'm going to have to mail it to Colorado. Send you two, one for Diane, and Diane's going to be like, I'm not.
I'm wearing mine.
She's going to be like, who's this?
Fuck yeah, you are.
And you're going to be like, Dory Funk.
Yeah.
Dory
Afonka.
Junior.
Boys, we've gotten questions. It's like, you guys talk about Terry all the time. Why did you do a Dory Funk shirt? Why not, man?
Because that's how we are.
That's how we are.
That's how we do
Absolutely gorgeous shirts.
Very
yes, they are.
If you know us, you listen to us, holler at us on social media. We'll give you the Venmo stuff.
We'll be in the parking lot of Fight for the Fallen.
I will
in the Bojangles Arena.
I will be making money for us to buy merchandise at.
We're just gonna
I'm
trade
gonna
it
be.
in.
I'm gonna be
for
selling my
FTR
wares. I'm gonna be like a widespread.
You're a Wookiee.
guy.
You're
I'm a Wookiee.
You're a wrestling AEW Wookiee.
I am going to be a wrestling Wookiee.
You are wearing a Grateful Dead parody
of Nakano.
shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to be out there, and I am going to be just selling my wares. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, people will buy the Dory Funk
I'll make
shirt.
up $2 steak dime bags.
You're gonna sell your words. You gotta get there early.
Oh, we're getting there early. We've got a whole plan. We're going up. We're eating at Lang Van, a
Get some
delicious Vietnamese place. We're going
Phenomenal.
straight to the arena. We are going to get some beer, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to
at
tailgate.
the arena. Yes,
I have
Tolbert
to.
and I know how to tailgate wrestling.
We have to check in. We got a little apartment.
That's
in,
right.
in the Noted District.
We can go to Mac
Nice.
Tabby Cafe and get another cat.
Yeah,
to
there is a cat cafe.
He's
across
being
from
very
Airbnb.
cute right now.
Get that man a microphone. Look at him. He's
Terry.
like one of the boys.
Terry, talk to it. No, he's just looking at me. He's just being cute. But we're gonna be selling our wares at the thing. It's a very exciting day. Do we all wear the same shirt? Are we gonna look like a family reunion? Or
I thought the plan was that we all wear a favorite wrestling parody shirt. Like,
oh, mine now is the Dory Funk shirt.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, if
probably
you're
gonna wear
selling
my
it-
Stone Cold shirt.
Yeah, if you're wearing it, if you're selling it, you gotta wear it.
Okay.
But I feel like you guys should wear the wrestling shirts that embody your appreciation for
Right.
the sport.
So I will have probably my Nakano or whatever. I have to deliver. I have talked to a couple people that are on the AEW roster. FTR love the shirts, and I am actually delivering them to them that night.
Because they don't have anything better else to do.
They have nothing else to do that night. Probably not booked. They're not booked. They're not booked. Nobody
They're not
likes
even
FTR,
booked.
right?
So when you go to these type of events, though, Mike, the more obscure the wrestling shirt is, shows how big of a fan you are.
I know, dude. I'm telling you,
Obscurity
Dory's
to-
pretty obscure.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Are you selling them for 20 or 25?
We're doing 25.
$25. Hit us up on social media at @2$steak_ on Instagram or Twitter, or find the boys in the parking lot at the Bojangles Arena.
That's right. Cookie, I wish you could be here, but you're not.
I wish I could too, man. I sent a gif of how I feel. It was Kermit the Frog jumping off a building. That's how I feel about not being there watching Fight for the Fallen.
You almost made some drunken plans to fly cross country to attend.
I was thinking about it. I have a voucher that I need to use, and I've been thinking about it.
Boys, also this week, coming up this week, Thursday, I believe, is my 35th birthday.
Jeez.
So for this week, I'm going to give you guys like a little rundown of like what sort of things that we have done. Friday night, Jasmine and I, before I left work about 30 minutes early, and we went right across the street. We had delicious pool time over at the Legion Stadium public pool.
Dude, that place was packed. I drove by Friday. It was packed.
It was so much fun, though. We just laid out. We had a great time at the pool.
Yeah.
We got there at 4:30. The Google says it closes at 6. It closes at 5. So Jasmine and I jumped in. We stayed there for about 30 minutes. We got done. We had reservations at Salt Fish in Carolina Beach. Absolutely delicious
I saw
food.
you texted Katie, the menu.
The menu is insane.
I also enjoyed your experience at Saltfish.
I have to explain that because Jasmine and I, it was a very, so we're on Carolina Beach. Carolina Beach, not Wookiees, but actual tourists here in the area. It is peak tourist season. We sit down. We had to call critical mass. This place is a very small restaurant. It is a Polynesian restaurant. What Jasmine got was this Polynesian shrimp dish served in half a pineapple. Absolutely delicious. Just a great meal. The place is called Saltfish. We're sitting, and the place is packed. We're sitting in there, and we hear the tourists beside us say, "Hey, I just want to give you a heads up. I am very allergic to seafood."
Of fucking course.
What?
I am very allergic to seafood. And
why the fuck are you at a restaurant then?
That's called Saltfish.
On the ocean.
I
hate tourists.
I then sat there, and I think it was like maybe the children, the second generation of these tourists. A table over was the first generation, and this man walks over with 4 fingers to talk to his kids. He's got 4 fingers, and I'm just like, Jasmine, this guy's got 4 fingers. She's like, what? And I'm like, this, Jasmine, he's got 4 fingers. He has no pinky. And he comes up and he's like, yeah, I got the blah, blah, blah. I got the blah, blah, blah. They don't have ranch dressing, and I this is bullshit. They don't have ranch dressing at this Polynesian restaurant. I'm like, I don't think
yeah, it's not a Midwest restaurant.
So we then go, we finish it up. We do another tourist thing. There's this place in Carolina Beach. I was looking up ice cream shops. There's this place called Squiggly's. Have you heard of Squiggly's?
Is it the trailer, the soft serve trailer?
It is not a soft serve trailer. It is a soft serve double-decker place. It's got a gift shop on top that woman kept saying, y'all got to go to the gift shop after you get your ice cream. And I'm like, I don't want your fucking wares. I don't want to get
I look like a tourist?
I'm from this area. I don't need to remember the time that I went to Carolina Beach.
Get your snow globe.
I go into this place. It's the most complicated ice cream shop I've ever been to. She's like, you get here, you got to order a squiggly. And I'm like, what the fuck is a squiggly? Well, it's soft serve. They basically make blizzards, right? Gotcha. They make blizzards. You get a base of vanilla. You put in all your fixins, and they make it to you into a squiggly thing. And so that's it. So I had to ask her. It's a soup Nazi-like line. I'm starting to have a panic attack because this woman's like, what do you want? What kind of squiggly you want? And Jasmine, who does not do processed ice cream very well because of the lactose, was like, hey, do you have any vegan options? She's like, yeah, we've got the fruit squiggly. And we're like, okay, what is that? She's like, well, we just take 5 different fruits and blend them together. Like,
what?
That just sounds like it's a
smoothie.
Yeah, it's a parfait or a smoothie. And she's like, yeah, it's a fruit squiggly. Jasmine gets it. I'm like eating mine. I'm like, it's fine. And Jasmine's like, this fucking sucks. Wow, way to blow up Squiggly.
Stop calling it Squigglies. Yeah. Hey, Squigglies, fuck you.
I will say that Squigglies was named in the top 20 ice cream shops on the Today Show in 1998.
Ooh, 98.
1998. Wow. It was number 7.
24 years ago, 23 years ago.
Yeah, they still have that logo up. This place has not changed ever since it opened. I'm not a big Squigglies fan now.
This place has not changed since Limp Biscuit's $2 bill, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, it must not be that good.
The charts.
I've lived here for 7 years. I've never heard of Squigglies.
Yeah, well, I had. Growing up here, I'd heard about it because
you want some good soft serve, man. You head towards the Veggie Wagon and CB, and you hit that double wide trailer there next to the
apparently the Celtic Creamery is also good.
Okay.
Anyways,
we're an ice cream podcast.
Do we have anything else now? Do we have any other things that we need to touch on? Because I think this has been a very long opening
longest
segment.
Intro ever.
Yeah, but I mean, it had to be, right?
It had to be.
Widespread Panic has been here for 3 days.
We didn't get
Tolbert saw a titty at the bar. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I see titties at the bar a lot.
I do have one more story, and Jasmine's gonna get pissed that I'm telling this, but I think it's very endearing, and I like it a lot, and I appreciate it. Okay. Tuesday night, Jasmine said, or Friday night, Jasmine says, I still don't know what I'm like. She struggled to get me something for my birthday. It's that old adage, what do you get for a man that has everything?
What do you get for the man child that has everything?
And I'm one of those people that, like, if I want it, I'll buy it. Like, I don't need. So I'm like, Jasmine, just get it, make an experience for me. Okay. We'll do an experience. And she says, all right, well, Tuesday you cannot go to rugby practice. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't like rugby has sucked for the last couple weeks. Nobody has come to practice except for me and like 2 other people. She's like, okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to get an Airbnb. We're going to do a staycation. It's going to be great. I'm going to give you a massage, like a full on massage. And like, she's going to cook me dinner. It's going to be great. And,
sounds awesome.
It sounds amazing, right? I'm like, yeah, cool. Like what exotic location is this Airbnb? She's like, Harrison Street. It's literally half a block down the road. I walk by it on my walk every day, and I'm like, that's a cool house. Like, it's a cool looking house. It's just half a block down the street. And I'm like, I can check on Terry. Like, if I need to, I can go or like do everything that I need to do the same. If I need to come back, we're getting her sister to take care of the cat that night. And I'm like, literally, if anything happens, I will be there in 30 seconds.
Because folks at home, our $2 studios is on Harrison Street.
In a small neighborhood. So I'm very excited about my Airbnb experience. It's going to be great. And if we need anything, we can come back to the house, pick it up. Like if we need olive oil, this is the kind of staycation that I like. Like I don't have to clean up that house afterwards.
Low impact.
Oh, man. Perfect. All right, so
wait! Don't you still need to clean up the house? You can't just leave it dirty and move
for, dog.
That's what the Airbnb experience is, Cookie.
I didn't even know that. I always clean. I feel like I clean up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be a blacklight like festival. Like
it's gonna get greasy in there.
That's what it sounded like.
Anyways, so let's actually start talking about some wrestling. This week we got the news. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff passed away. He is a very underrated wrestler.
So underrated. I was thinking about this on the way over here, right? Hot take. Why was Paul Orndorff not Hulk Hogan? Like he should have been that.
I literally
person.
Thought the same thing.
He should have been that person. Like that's who Hulk Hogan should have been, was Paul Orndorff.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, the argument is that Paul Orndorff should have been the man to end Hulkamania. That was the one of the big things. And I think Paul Orndorff, he's a huge guy, great looking guy, good looking, like physique.
Dude. Hell of a wrestler, dude. Just
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And he knows how to work. He knows how to do a wrestling match.
Better than Hogan. That's
he's
for damn
absolutely incredible.
Hey, yes, you're hitting all my talking points.
So,
like literally the only 2 talking points.
I mean, Mr. Wonderful.
Sorry, I was getting heated on the way over. I was like, "Fuck!"
I bet Paul Orndorff's not a racist.
He's not. He passed away this week. Kind of a sad story, but we want to honor him this week. We want to watch some Paul Orndorff matches. Very fun guy. Quick thing. Did you ever play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
Oh, of course.
How far did you get in the game? Did you
Not
ever beat
very
it?
far, man. Like, when I got older, I learned how to beat it. But as a kid playing it, no, I never got far.
There's a character named Super Macho Man in the character and all the things based off of Paul Orndorff.
And they named him Super Macho Man.
Super Macho Man.
He is a Super Macho Man.
He's a huge dude. He was a running back in college, a fullback. God,
he's a big ass fullback.
He was a fullback.
It's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yes. That's why he was drafted by the New Orleans Saints.
Honestly, he's probably too big to be a fullback. Mike Allstott was like 5'11".
Yeah. Yes, Cookie.
You took my talking point. I was going to talk about how he's a football player.
Sorry, Cookie. We'll talk about that in a little bit more. One of the best stories of all time, right? One of the best lore stories of professional wrestling. In WCW, 1994-1995 era, Paul Orndorff, at the tail end of his career, was a booker, some guy to help the matches out and kind of get everything, a producer of the television show. Got into it with Big Van Vader in backstage, right? So he's trying to do his pre-tapes, and he says, Vader, get your fat fucking ass over here. We got to do these tapings. Vader didn't know much about Orndorff. Orndorff didn't know much about Vader. Vader started going at Paul Orndorff. Orndorff, who had just gotten out of the shower and still wearing flip-flops, beat the shit out of Big Van Vader in the locker room. They had to pull him apart.
Cornette said he dropped him with one punch.
Dropped him with one punch and then started kicking Vader in the head with the flip-flops. The
Jesus.
quote is, it sounded like two fish being slapped together. This man was a badass, Paul Orndorff, folks. So let's talk about him and let's watch some wrestling matches. All right, for our first matchup of the evening, one of the biggest money-drawing house show tours of all of WWF's history, Paul Orndorff, who was friends, then not friends, then friends, and not friends with one Hulk Hogan. Mike, you have got a great matchup between Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan.
All right, we do. Paul Orndorff, Hulk Hogan, October 4th, 1986 for the WWF title in New York.
That's right.
And so it starts with a little bit of a history lesson where Orndorff apparently back in August had pile-driven Hulk Hogan in front of a crowd, and obviously that led to the series of matches that these two would have at house shows, and this is obviously on a Saturday night main event.
Saturday night's main event, which is whenever Saturday Night Live was off during the summertime, they would air this during Saturday Night Live's time slot on NBC.
So the video starts with a promo from Hulk Hogan, and he starts by embodying and quoting scripture.
Yes,
about how God made the heavens and the earth and the Hulkamaniacs, and that basically
that must have been the fourth day. On the fourth day, God.
And essentially, he basically says that Paul Orndorff has shit on everything that God did, and Hulk Hogan is there to bring right to the world and be and do what needs to be done and right these wrongs. So then we cut actually to the commentators who talk about Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff a little bit. It's
Vince McMahon
and Jesse Ventura, which again is one of my favorite commentary teams of all time.
Yep.
Probably second to JR and Lawler.
Yeah.
And then we get over to Mean Gene. Mean Gene's about to interview Bobby the Brain Heenan and Paul Orndorff, who are working together as a team. Essentially, Paul Orndorff cuts a promo, and he's basically like, "Fuck you, Hulk Hogan, you're a bitch." And then like
the one line that he says, "I'm gonna rip your heart out and put it on
the championship belt."
Which I'm like, that's kind of awesome.
And so. And not only that, but Paul Orndorff's like, yeah, we're coming out to some music, and he comes out to Hulk Hogan's music.
That's like such a great heel move.
It's perfect because the crowd pops a little bit because they think it's fucking Hulk Hogan. And what do you know? Paul Orndorff in his Mr. Wonderful jacket come out with Bobby the Brain, and he's there, and Hogan's pissed off. In fact, Mean Gene tries to get one more interview with Hogan, and Hogan just kind of like little mans him and picks him up and puts him over there, and he says, "Get out of the way, Mean Gene, I gotta go." And then so he hits the. Never started or stopped, or never stopped. It continued to play, and he comes out to the crowd pop that you would expect from an 80s Hulk Hogan. Match starts quickly. Obviously, we're getting some big boys doing big things, right? It's nothing too crazy. At one point, Heenan tries to interfere. Hogan, does his thing. But that allows Orndorff to get the upper hand on Hulk Hogan because for the first little bit, Hulk Hogan was kind of just beating up on Paul Orndorff.
And the emotions, like in the arena, very much eating every little thing that's happening in this match.
And yeah, I mean, it's 86, right? So like for the most part, kayfabe is still alive. People kind of, expect these things. But, the first third to first half to even honestly to the finish, I was thinking exactly what Tolbert was thinking. Like Paul Orndorff, I mean, these guys are equally matched. They look the same, like very similar. Paul Orndorff is who Hulk Hogan could or should have been, or Paul Orndorff should have been the one to usurp him because Paul Orndorff can talk, he can work, he actually sells.
Amazing seller. He's great at working the crowd.
Yeah, and honestly, that was the first thing I noticed was Orndorff sell, and Hogan notoriously no sells everything. particularly leading up to the Hulk up.
Yeah.
But like Orndorff is just kind of he gets some Terry Funk wobbly legs, some rubber legs. Even Vince McMahon like mentions his rubbery legs because they're just like going in and out. Looks really good. The one move Hulk Hogan did sell, I think was 100% real, and it so Orndorff is beating up on Hogan, and somehow Hogan's like head and shoulders kind of get outside, and so they're on the apron, and Orndorff gets on the outside of the apron and runs and just does a knee drop right onto Hogan's throat.
Looked awesome,
right onto his fucking throat, like right onto his throat.
Yeah.
Hogan then like rolls and flips into the timekeeper who are right up against the ring, and Vince McMahon's like shock sounded like holy shit, that wasn't like that was
fucking killed
that
Hogan.
was gnarly. Yeah, like
You just killed our cash cow.
I'm pretty sure Hogan like let out like an audible like because that looked 100% just clean. I'm gonna land right on your throat. And you know, I popped.
Yeah.
I'm like, there you go, Paul. Show that guy what's up. I mean, the match ensues. I like this kind of style of wrestling. It's punches, it's kicks, it's nothing too freaking crazy. And it's back and forth.
It's very WWF.
Yeah, it's WWF big man wrestling.
Yes.
Which has its place in professional wrestling. And
There's bad big men wrestling matches, which are boring. This I thought was exciting.
This is good. And honestly, I think it's Orndorff that makes it because he
very much
is selling. Like a lot of the knocks with big men wrestling is that they don't sell or that it doesn't look realistic. Where, you know, Orndorff takes an elbow, he sells the elbow, where Hogan kind of takes a kicker and he's kind of just like, bleh.
Yeah.
We get further deeper into the match. Orndorff is struggling a little bit. Bobby the Brain, being the consummate professional and manager that he is, knowing what he needs to do. Hogan goes to the ropes to try to do like what are those Irish whip thing, and Heenan grabs his leg. and honestly, this is where I think, Vince and Jesse are kind of not making the match, but like really just kind of like doing really well. But this is why I love them, where, Vince is calling it clean and what he sees and saying how, I can't believe Paul wasn't disqualified for this interference. And Jesse's like, no, man, I think Hogan went to kick him and he just defended himself. I'm like, yeah, thank you, Jesse. Yes. That was exactly what needed to happen.
Yes.
But the ref having, the wherewithal to understand the dynamics of the match and the characters involved, he calls in the police squad.
The NYPD.
We get 6 or 7 police officers who sling the Heenan up on their shoulders and parade him out
like every Middle East, like if a bomb goes off in the Middle East
and they're doing a funeral parade.
Yes, a funeral parade of somebody.
Yeah, they're taking him out and he's just put me down the whole time. Eventually he gets slung into the back. Looks like they lock him in a room. He's just banging the door. He's like, I just want out. Let me out. And we get some more big man wrestling. Orndorff again gets one more kind of like push towards the finish to try to take out the Hulk. Orndorff again gets into a position where he sets up like he's going to pile drive the Hulk. And everything kind of reverses and you get the Hulk up. And I'm watching this. I'm like, man, how the frick did this guy get so over? But I mean, it's 80s and, people look for that superhero figure and they sometimes need that good guy. In the 80s particularly weren't terrible, but they weren't maybe great.
Right.
I don't know. And the crowd is just going insane. And I'm like, God, man, don't you guys know this guy's a racist?
Not yet.
Don't you just know that he sucks as a human being?
They don't know it yet.
Don't you know his kid's going to kill somebody? But they don't. So they just eat it up. And, it props to him. Like the crowd does go freaking wild. And you could definitely tell that that's why Hulk Hogan was a draw for 25 years.
Yeah.
Not anymore, which I love. I love that he gets booed every time he comes out.
Thank God.
Because everybody knows he's a garbage human being.
Yes.
So I do enjoy that now. And then, Hulks up, all this sort of stuff, and then we get a fan running. We get a fan running. This what did Jesse call her? A fat old lady?
A sweat hog.
Sweat hog.
Oh.
And
this woman,
she just runs in.
She's very big.
She's built pretty well. And it ended up being, I just forgot his name.
Adrian Adonis.
We've had an Adrian Adonis
He's
match.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I was like, oh my God, it's Adrian Adonis. And so he starts beating up on Hulk Hogan. Bell rings, disqualification, obviously. Right. Then we get a Roddy Piper crutching out. And he comes into the ring and he's kind of helping Hulk Hogan. Like
kind of.
He's crippled. Like he's on a crutch. He's limping. And he swings the crutch and hits Adonis and hits Orndorff, and then Orndorff actually ducks out of the way on one, and he almost hits Hulk. So then Hulk and Roddy have this like face off. He's like, "Man, bro, come on, what are you doing? I'm like trying to help you out here. Why are you getting all up in my face?" And then he walks off, obviously leading to some setup for something in the future. And then you get the Hulk Hogan just like doing the ear thing and posing, and the crowd just eats it up. And I would love for professional wrestling to get back to that level.
It's going to be tough.
I mean, it is going to be tough. I will say the crowd at Dynamite was so freaking hot that like it gives me hope that if you have good storylines, good characters, that you can get to this kind of level where like, dude, if the crowd is eating it up, it's everything. The wrestlers are going to vibe off that. They're going to perform better. They're going to be like the moment's going to feel bigger, which means then it's going to feel bigger at home. And it's just like, it puts it up on another level. And I really hope that wrestling can get back to that, even if it's on a smaller scale. But yeah, I mean, Dynamite was hot. Hangman Page is over as F. Like, even Nakamura on Friday came out, crowd just singing his song. And like, it's just live crowds, like professional wrestling needed live crowds back. And, I'm super happy, and hopefully we can get to this kind of level. But then, Paul Orndorff, like, he should have been Hulk Hogan.
He should have been.
Also, Paul Orndorff, full set of hair.
Full set of hair.
Till the day he died.
Hulk Hogan, no hair.
He's got white trash, little slivery, silky, thin, garbage hair.
Wisps.
With a garbage mustache.
Garbage hairline.
And I'm glad that I never got into wrestling early enough to have liked Hulk Hogan to then now hate him, where I can just come in and know that he's a shitty person and not enjoy his presence in current wrestling. I can respect what he did for the
business
sport
as a whole.
and the business as a whole in the 80s. And I can appreciate, the fucking money he made, but fuck that guy, and fuck him for not selling Paul Orndorff shit more.
Dude, Paul Orndorff had an amazing he is an amazing pile driver.
He's literally the same size as
the pile driver's insane. Like once he does the arms
he's literally
down,
the same size as Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan's getting kicked in the chest, and you're not going to sell this. Like, come on, man. Orndorff's like falling all over the ring like Terry fucking Funk. Like, let's go. Anyway, great match. Any social media or hits and shits? No, actually, I forgot to write a promo for Tolbert's disappointment with the widespread panic people. All I can say is, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Aaron has been posting some amazing Simpsons references.
You have
good stuff this week.
And the Twitter algorithm just freaking blows now at this point, where like you can't get anything over.
No.
You need like 10 retweets before it even starts to get any kind of traction.
Yeah, we had a bunch of retweets this week, and nothing really.
Nothing happened. But Aaron's reference to the
Pin Pals,
Pin
Homer
Pals,
Simpson's bowling club,
and QT Marshall wearing his fucking bowling shirt and his his squad, which he does have a squad. I don't hate QT as much as the internet wrestling community.
Oh, I do. QT. I do. I think he's terrible.
I can appreciate what he does and what he's been doing for AEW on the back end, with like behind the scenes and stuff. But,
right.
Yeah, we've been live tweeting a little bit of the things, and shout out wrestling fans, and just follow us at #2 $steak_ Instagram, Twitter.
Also,
buy a shirt. Let us know.
Buy a shirt.
Buy a fucking shirt. Only if you're large or extra large, though. No mediums.
Did we order 0 mediums?
No, we got 5 mediums.
We did stereotype the wrestling community a little bit
as being chonkers,
thick boys,
thick
for
boy.
Sure.
Thank you, Mike, for that. Let's keep on going. All right, Cookie, it is your time to shine. Cookie, the resident expert of Stars and Stripes, the greatest tag team in WCW early 90s. We've got the Patriot. We've got Cookie's favorite, Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Yes.
Cookie, you have got low-key one of my all-time favorite WCW tag teams, and I don't know why. I just loved Pretty Wonderful, which is Paul Orndorff and Paul Roma. Cookie, tell me about your match.
First off, the name, Pretty Wonderful, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's insane, right? Like,
There's something about
such a
it.
fun little name.
Yeah. And I don't know much about Paul Roma, but I
will give you a couple little things. Paul Roma, also a WWF wrestler. He was in Power and Glory, which was like a fun 80s, late 80s, early 90s tag team for WWF. He then went to WCW, was a member of the Four Horsemen for a little bit. Not the best worker in the world, but he's got a good look to him. He's very athletic, can jump like a motherfucker.
Yes,
He's got some good ups on him. Not the best technical wrestler, but I appreciate him for what he is. Pretty wonderful, fun tag team.
I'm digging it. And so you got Paul Roma, which Aaron just listed off his accolades or lack thereof, whatever. And you got Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff. Good Lord. Paul Orndorff. Mr. Wonderful. I'm just going to call him Mr. Wonderful.
Okay.
That's what he is to me. I was going to say, did you guys know that he's a football player? Aaron
I did not know that, Cookie. Thank you.
Yes. Selected in 12th round by the New Orleans Saints. There you go.
That's being selected by the Saints.
It's still, But did you know that he quit in training camp?
I did see that, yes.
He quit football in training camp. I was like, wow. Not a long career in football, but an even better career in wrestling. Guys, we got the return of Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary. And you guys know how much I love him on commentary. I listen so closely to what he's saying because I just want to hear those out-of-date sayings and the semi-racist sayings.
The subtle racism of Bobby the Brain.
Yeah, what kind of inappropriate things did he say this time?
I will get to that in honorable mentions, but right now,
because he said something.
There's something. There's always something. But hey, Aaron, did you know Bobby the Brain Heenan figured out the secret identity of the Patriot?
I did. Yes.
He's from DC. It must have been Al Gore.
It was Al Gore. That actually made me laugh out loud.
It did. It got me. It popped me too.
I was like, that's not Al Gore. That's Dale Wilkes.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, prove him wrong. Have you seen those two men in the same room?
I haven't.
See, it could be Al Gore. This was 94?
This is right as the Clinton administration was hitting its full steam.
Al Gore could have been doing some side hustles as the Patriot. That would have been something.
I don't know if Clinton was as yacked and as tall as Dale Wilkes.
You never know. He could have popped out of his suit like Superman.
That's true.
No, so who knows?
Cookies top 4, number 1.
Paul Roma with the quick feet, the agility. He surprised me. I thought this guy was just going to be, I don't know, a very technical person, but he has hops. He has bounce.
He is like I said, he is an athletic dude.
Yes,
maybe not the best wrestler, but he can put on a show.
Yeah, he can. After dropping Bagwell with a body slam, he runs the ropes to the top turnbuckle, turns around on the turnbuckle with ease, and then drops a fist drop from the top rope. I was like, what the? I was not expecting any flippy shit in this match, and I got some flippy shit. So, hell yeah, I was a little happy about that. That got a cookie for me. Okay.
Number 2.
You hear Roma in the background say, wind it up, Paul. And then Paul Orndorff has a seizure during the middle of the match. It's some type of dance move. I don't know what he was doing. He was jigging.
He was reeling in a fish.
It makes so much sense now. I get the motion. I get it now.
He reels in the fish and then drops the elbow. I think this is one of the things that Pretty Wonderful stood out so much in my mind when I saw that. I was like, absolutely incredible.
Reel him in,
so
Paul.
Different. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I just said, reel him in, Paul.
Reel it in.
Oh my God. It makes so much sense now. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I was like, you know what? I hope this team goes over at this point. I was like, fuck Stars and the Stripes. I want to see Mr. Wonderful go over.
that was actually one of the things. I found a GIF of that taunt, and he does this taunt throughout like his career in Pretty Wonderful, right?
Yes.
It's something that I guess the audiences hate, and I loved it. Like I thought it was just like so ridiculous and so like flashy and stupid at the same time. It ends up being like this hilarious thing, and I found a GIF of that, and I said that was one of my hilarious, but badass taunts, my favorites of all time. And that was one of the things that stood out in Paul Orndorff to me. And people ate out of his hand for that. Like they hate when he does this.
They hate. I loved it. It's so anti Orndorff that I was just like, you know what? That's his move. If you can find another match of him just doing that.
Oh, I have plenty. I was thinking like that WCW run, like he does that all the time.
Oh, perfect. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next one then.
Number 3.
I've never seen someone jump too high and almost clear an opponent on a drop kick. But Roma almost does that shit. He almost jumps. Oh, he almost clears the entire person. Like his right leg completely clears Bagwell. So he has to extend his left leg down. And he barely catches him on the body. This man is, I don't know.
Crazy how great he is at jumping.
He is. He's completely agile. He's phenomenal. Orndorff definitely dropped an elbow on Bagwell's dick right afterwards.
they like clarified that it was not his dick.
Yes.
Like, no, that was his midsection.
Bobby the Brain is going, no disqualification? What's going on right now? So I don't know. But anyway, from here, I'm going to go to my honorable mentions real quick. You know what I like in wrestling, Aaron? It's uniqueness. It's being different. And Orndorff does this, Mr. Wonderful. He does this not only with his reel it in, but he also does it with his headlock takedown, turn around, reaches out for a tag. I don't know why. I just thought that was a little different. Instead of just holding your opponent in the corner and then making a tag.
Right.
So, again, I love that uniqueness. Here we go with some great brainisms from this match. Oh, God,
here it is.
Here it is. If the Lions had a kicker like that, they may have gone to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Very sad, but especially in 1994. If you live to be 300, you may see the Lions win a Super Bowl.
Damn,
I guess they were in Detroit. Were they in Detroit for this Halloween Havoc?
I think they were. And the very last one, the Brain's best soundbite of the match. I would rather be here taking a dirt nap than to be in Detroit.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Do the honors, please, Mike.
Please, Mike. He would rather say the quote again, please.
He would rather be in Detroit.
He would rather be taking a dirt nap than be in Detroit.
Yes,
because Detroit's in Michigan, and we hate Michigan.
Yeah.
Some would say, fuck Michigan.
There we go.
God damn, we had to like hand feed that.
I was building it up. 2, Colin Moore Coward just buried
He's watching golf. He's watching
20-footer uphill, left to right break, which is a hard putt.
All right,
right-hander to make.
Cookie, back to Cookie's section.
Number 4. Very exciting end to this match. There's a very excited end to this match. Stars and Stripes were kicking ass in the ring, not listening to the ref, of course, because they're kicking ass. The ref struggles to get the Patriot back into his corner. Behind the ref's back, Bagwell hits Orndorff with his fisherman suplex. Everyone thinks that's going to be the win. And then Roma goes to the top rope and drops one of the best, I don't even know if it was athletic, but it was just a flailing elbow drop. Like every limb in his body moved.
So, have you ever seen FTR do the move where one gets superplexed, where Dax superplexes the guy, and then from the other turnbuckle, Dash jumps in and does that same sort of move and drops an elbow on the guy.
Cash.
Okay.
Dash. Sorry, did I call him Dash? Sorry, FTK or FKA Dash, now Cash. So Cash jumps off of the other one and does the flailing elbow drop. It is a callback to Power and Glory, which was Paul Roma's other tag team. And Paul Roma was known to do that move. It looks insane and it looks fun and it's just a flailing mess, but I absolutely love it.
It worked. And it worked, Aaron. That was the last part about that. Mr. Wonderful just rolls over, gets the pin on Stars and Stripes, and guess what, boys? Pretty wonderful. They get the straps, and the fans pop. I thought they were the heels going into this match, but they were. Well, fuck it.
But nobody likes Marcus Alexander.
I heard a USA chant at one point, so I knew Stars and Stripes were over. But I mean, come on now. After that flailing elbow drop, you got to give it to the man. Give him his props.
You have had 2 Stars and Stripes matches in a row on this podcast.
I have, and I think Stars and Stripes lost both matches.
And we're fine with that.
And that's okay. That's all right. R.I.P. Dale Wilkes and R.I.P. to Mr. Wonderful. Aaron, this was a great match, though. Very entertaining. I like Pretty Wonderful. So I'm gonna give this match 4 cookies.
There you go.
It was a solid
match.
Great match.
We can't have all 5 cookies. It was still a good match.
Great match, honestly.
Thank you, and I'm glad that you're still alive and we didn't have to do a cookie retrospective episode.
That would be very sad. But for the future, Aaron, if there is a cookie retrospective episode, I want to hear what's that song? Boys the Men. Come on, Aaron.
Billy coming back.
No, hell no. It's a retrospective. It's a retrospective.
At the end of the road?
At the end of the road, yes. That's what I want to hear.
End of the road.
That's it.
Cookie, we will be playing that. Well, I will pull a Tony Khan and buy the rights to Boys to Men.
We're using the t-shirt money for.
Just once. We're just going to use it once, brother.
Just once. That's all we need.
Do it live. And we don't post it. We can use whatever song we want.
Yeah.
Wonderful. They call him Mr. Wonderful. You know he is so wonderful.
All right, for our final matchup of the evening, and quite possibly one of my favorite Paul Orndorff matches of all time.
Incredible.
Yes.
Tolbert, you have got Paul Orndorff against one Cactus Jack.
Yes, and what a match it was. So this is WCW. I didn't see the year. This has got to be early.
It's like 93.
90s,
I think it's 93 Super Bowl Brawl.
Super Brawl. So interesting thing about this match, the link you gave me was a Daily Motion link. The video quality on this was particularly high res.
It was very good. Yeah,
it was a great link, dude. The cameras are a little weird. So let me set the stage here. Paul Orndorff is giving a promo. He's in his Mr. Wonderful jacket. He's up front. Cactus comes out of nowhere.
Well, so he starts his promo and you hear like a thumping noise in the background. And it's such a fun little thing. Like, and Paul Orndorff's
it's kind of like the Bear Jew and Glorious Bastards.
Yes.
You know, he's coming.
He's like, what is that noise? And then he's like, you finally see camera
come
left.
out of nowhere. Wow,
screen
swinging.
left. Yes.
But yeah, he just cuts it right in the middle of the promo, cuts it off, swinging a snow shovel at him.
Yes.
Paul barely gets out of the way, man. He trips and he's on the ground. And Cactus is just swinging at him on the ground while he spins out of the way. But what I love is a great shot of a chase cam just going right behind Cactus all the way down the aisle.
It's insane.
And there's a beautiful shot. I was like chef kiss on that one.
Orndorff walking backwards on his all fours, trying to like avoid. He's rolling out of the way.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he is just slamming that shovel down, dude. Like if he mistimes any of those rollaways, he's getting fucking smacked with the shovel. But this sets the pace for a match, which is a no holds barred falls count anywhere match. What I also noticed, there's no boom cams. This is all chase camera the whole time. Yeah, it's all ringside, which worked brilliantly for this match though, because it looks great. They got everything, man. So it starts off and you're like, oh shit, man, Orndorff's in for a real doozy here. You got Cactus Jack, no holds barred. Cactus just goes right for it, man. Starts beating up on him, dude. Fucking pulling mats up, dude. They're doing outside the ring spots. But Orndorff has hold his own, man. He's taking these hardcore licks from Cactus, but he's also delivering these punishing blows to McFoley, man. Just like really stiff slaps and punches. They don't pull anything.
No,
I mean, he's giving it right back to him.
It's an intense match for the time. Like this would
very
feel
intense for the time.
Really, and Jasmine was watching it with me this morning, and she's like, he's a fat Darby Allin. And I'm like, yeah.
Kind of.
It's like,
This is who Darby Allin wishes he looked like.
this
dude.
would be something on AEW, and it would
Yeah.
fit right
It
in.
was hardcore, but they didn't take it too over the top, man. We have a snow shovel, we have outside of the ring, and at one point we get a chair, and that is it. Nothing. Well, a knee brace comes into play
Yeah, well.
at one point as well, but very simple, just simple, hardcore. And, they don't go backstage. They get up back towards the entrance at one point, but they keep it within the confines where everyone can see.
Yeah.
So a few notable spots. One is Paul takes a suplex onto the concrete with the mat pulled up. You also see a sunset flip from Mick Foley. All right, so Orndorff is standing up facing McFoley on the outside of the ring. Foley is on the top turnbuckle, does a sunset flip into like a small package roll up. But the way he just hits, he flat backs it on concrete from the top turnbuckle.
It's absolutely disgusting.
I don't know how he continued the move.
Well, he missed it.
He missed it, but he
flat backed and then grabbed Orndorff
and does a small package.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he didn't knock the breath. I don't know how he was
He
still
probably
breathing,
did.
dude.
Did the smack that made it sounded like if you were to slap a ham.
Yeah, and
Like,
so
it
it was just smack. You hear people in the crowd audibly gasping and screaming.
Yeah, I audibly gasped at home. My gasp was sent retroactively back to the past,
Yeah.
back to the future to gasp at that match.
Yeah, we get our first 3 count from that spot, or first 2 count, from that spot outside of the ring, where Paul tries to, or McFoley tries to small package him. Orndorff gets pissed, man. He's like, you know what? Let's take this up a notch. Grabs Foley, dude. He is throwing him into the barricades. I mean, whipping him in hard, dude. At one point, they make their way up the runway. Orndorff Irish whips McFoley into the set of guardrails, and it's like a weird T setup where they had a kind of a space for them to wrestle, and the crowd could still see. When he whips him, Mick Foley does this crazy just backwards flip and flails off of the guardrails and hits the floor just as hard as he did like 2 seconds ago. We get some cool, he starts working the knee through the guardrail and stuff and using that. And then we lead to a suplex where he just drops McFoley on his back.
Back first onto the guard.
Yeah, and he just bends in half, dude.
It's absolutely disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Like, I saw that and I'm like, Paul and Mick are idiots.
Dude, Mick woke up the next morning like just what the fuck, man? It probably popped every vertebrae in his back, dude. It's like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer has a trash can. And he's fixing everybody's back. It's exactly how it was. We make our way back to the ring, though, and after Orndorff has been working this knee, man, he gets McFoley back to the ring, starts taking off the knee brace to further emphasize, his knee's messed up. Well, Foley kind of flips away a little bit and, rolls outside to take a break. Paul decides he's going to end this. Mr. Wonderful goes for the chair, grabs the chair. We get a beautiful chair throw into the ring. Crowd loves it, man. So was this before or after? I think the knee brace spot was a little before this. We have a second just nasty spot for McFoley. Right before this, McFoley's getting back into the ring. He's on the apron, standing up. Paul hits him with the knee brace, but when he hits him, the way McFoley sells it, man, he's just this huge flat back bump off of the apron to flat ground. But the way he just throws himself, dude, you hear a lady in the crowd scream when he does this.
He went over the top rope and then did the thing. Like it looked like he meant to hit the apron, but then missed
went
it.
straight down.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, from here, Orndorff gets the chair in. He's going to finish the match as McFoley is pulling himself back together. But he decides to take a second and pump up the crowd. He's like, "Who's the hardcore champ now, everyone?" He's even doing the Hogan. He does the Hogan thing to the crowd. I think he just trolled Hogan at every moment he could. This gives McFoley a chance to grab the snow shovel. And as he is flexing and peacocking around, Foley nails his ass with the shovel, dude, right to the face and gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. But wonderful match. Obviously, he's got more of a physique. He's a bigger guy than Mick Foley. But nothing was taken away from him in this match because he was so hardcore. He beat the shit out of Mick Foley.
Right.
And then took that shovel face shot and let him get the pin, man. It was a great match, dude. Great match.
I remember, I think he might have mentioned it in one of his books. Mick Foley was talking about this match, and it's something that stuck out in my mind. And I'm like, all right, when I'm picking matches that we're doing, and I remember how disgusting this match was and how fun it was. So we picked it. There's no blood throughout the whole match.
Not a drop. Dude.
Not a drop of blood, but it's still one of the ugh.
Yeah, it's because they just sell. So I wouldn't even say they're selling. They're really just beating the shit out of each other, man. This is what I want all hardcore matches to be. I want all hardcore matches to be like this, man. It was almost reminiscent of Mox versus Janela. You know, that's like the last greatest hardcore match I can remember.
Or
seeing.
like something like that. Or it was just a fun match.
Yeah, it was great. Awesome.
Do you have a haiku for us?
Let me pull it up here. Where's my haiku? All right. Cactus out for blood. Wonderful Paul gets dirty. Shovel trumps a chair.
Shovel does trump chair. We're gonna miss Paul Orndorff. He was a great professional wrestler. Should have taken the place of one Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. And also, fuck Michigan.
Yep.
Boys, thank you for getting together. Next week, Mike, you're going out of town, correct?
I'll be on vacation, but I should be able to call in.
You should be able to call in. We'll get you on the podcast. We're going to have some fun stuff. Tolbert and I are going to go down some water slides next Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to go, we're going to take our last push before we go. Take our last push. It sounds like we're taking our last dump before we go to the AEW show next week. Boys, once again, thank you for being on the show, and thank you for listening to $2 Steak, a pro wrestling podcast.